Hey there guys, Renee Collins here, CPA financial planner and the founder of Retire Ready, a firm that is dedicated to helping first generational wealth builders to save, invest, and to build wealth. Now, today, what I am going to be talking to you about is why budgets don't work and what can you do instead. Have you ever told yourself, I make good money, but you're not sure where it all goes? Maybe someone told you, hey, you should create a budget or some type of a spending plan. So you say, you know what? That's a good idea. I'm going to go online and I'm going to Google how to create a budget that works. And what do you get? You're going to get 500,000 results. 500,000. Spreadsheets, apps, budgeting methods, all with fancy names. So now, not only are you overwhelmed and confused, but you still don't know where all of your money is going. So you play along and you say, you know what, I'm going to pick one. Maybe I'll do an app or a pretty spreadsheet. You set it up, you categorize all of your transactions, and then you tell yourself, this time, I'm going to do it. I am going to stick with this budget. And you do, at least for a few days. And then life happens. You realize your kids had a fundraiser at school and you completely forgot about it. So you end up writing the check and you end up with a delivery of a bunch of popcorn at your doorstep. Or maybe it was that birthday party thing that you completely forgot about. Or you get off work late and you're tired, so you grab takeout again. This wasn't in your plan. This wasn't in your budget. So that perfect budget that you created, it has fallen by the wayside. And guess what happens now? That's when all that self-talk kicks in. I knew I couldn't do this. Why can't I just stick to a budget like other people? Maybe I'm just not good with money. Here's the one thing that I want you to understand that we often don't hear enough, and that is you're not bad with money. That's not it. You just have a budget or a plan that wasn't built for you. What I find in practice is that we create these budgets that are focused on our physical needs, the shelter, the clothing, the food, the transportation. We strip it down to bare bones, a rice and beans model, because that's what we think we're supposed to do. Because after all, it is a budget, right? And budgets are supposed to be restrictive and boring. Wrong. So very wrong. A real budget, one that works for you in your life, it should reflect what's important to you and how you want your money to show up for you. It should reflect more than just your physical needs, but also make space for your emotional and psychological needs. Your need for human connection, your need for joy, for security, peace of mind, and yes, your need for self-expression. Let's be honest with ourselves. Grabbing takeout, it's not always about convenience. Having dinner with your friends, sometimes it's about that connection. Sometimes it's about comfort. Overspending on gifts, maybe that is your way of staying connected to those that you love. That weekend trip, maybe that is the only time you really feel like you. You're working hard and you feel like I just need to get away. And your budget doesn't always acknowledge your emotional needs. And when it doesn't, the budget is just not going to work. And it's not because you're irresponsible. It is because you are a human being. We don't strive well under restriction. We thrive when we have alignment. So instead of seeing your budget as a form of restriction, what if we start to see it as a plan of intention? Not something that places limits on your life, but something that helps you design a life that's worth living. A plan of intention says, this is how I want my money to show up for me. This is how I want to feel when I spend my money on things that really matter to me. When I can save for uncertainty. When I can give to those causes that tug at my heart. And I can invest not just for today, but also for the future. This is about putting you in the driver's seat of your finances without guilt, without shame, and without comparison. Now I'm going to provide you with 3 tips that you can use to help you set up a plan with intention, to help you be more intentional and more in alignment with your money. That first tip is be true to you. Managing your money and creating a plan is really about knowing yourself. It's about knowing what is important to you. Your plan, it should reflect your values, your goals, your lifestyle. You should not be forcing yourself to follow someone else's version of success. This is about creating your own version of what success looks like. And when you do, you don't care about what's sitting in your neighbor's driveway. You're not chasing the latest, greatest gadget that's trending on TikTok. You're clear, you're focused, and you are building a life that feels good to live, not one that just looks good online. And here's the best part that most budgets leave out. Fun. If you like to travel, add it to your plan. You got a hobby? Make room for it. You want to retire early? Then build towards that. All of these things, they should be in your plan. Here's tip 2. Get a real world snapshot of where your money is going. And do this without judgment. Go grab your bank statement, or if you're a digital person and you like to use an app, go get your app, or you can get a notebook. It doesn't matter. What's important here is that you take a moment to look at your bank statement to see, where is my money going? And am I happy with what it is that I see? Or is something out of alignment? And you can do the same thing with an app. Just take a look at your transactions to see what's coming through. Or if you want to get a pen and paper and just track your expenses on a regular basis, on a daily basis, do that. The whole point is that you want to see if your spending is out of alignment with what really matters to you. Is there something missing? And if so, this is a great opportunity to adjust, to take a look at your spending habits and see where your money is going, and ensuring that it is in alignment with your values. It is in alignment with your goals. This is not the time to beat yourself up if you find that your money is not quite going where you would like for it to go. All it is information. It's a signal. It is a signal that something is a little bit out of sync between your intentions and your actions. This is a moment to ask yourself, is my spending in alignment with what I say is important to me? And if it's not, don't guilt yourself. Just realign your actions with your spending. All you need to do is create a plan to realign your money with your intention. Here's tip 3. Don't ignore how you feel and think about money. We are thinking, feeling human beings. And so the way that we think about our money, our mindset, it shapes our money decisions every single day. If you don't believe that the plan that you've created for yourself is even possible, you're not going to follow through. And it doesn't matter how good it looks on paper, you're going to abandon it. Because deep down, you know it's really not the plan that is for you. So it's important to check in with your mindset. Check in to see if the plan you have created feels good to you. And ask yourself this: the way that I feel or I'm thinking about money, is it helping me or is it holding me back? Do you feel like you grew up believing that money was scarce? Did you say things like, oh my gosh, I'm not good with math, therefore I'm not going to be good with money? Or do you feel like when you hear that term budgeting, negative thoughts and connotations come to mind? Because a lot of people feel that a budget is restrictive and it means struggle. And if that's the case, it's time to rewrite that story. Because your mindset, it matters. It makes a difference. When you are aligned, when your mindset is in alignment with your plan that you've created, it works and it feels good. So make sure that you are building your plan from a place of intention as opposed to a place of restriction. When you do this, you're not relying on willpower. You have clarity, you have confidence, you have peace. And the spreadsheet that you're using, the app that you're using, none of that matters. Only thing that matters is that you have a plan that is a reflection of your goals, your dreams, and your values. Well, listen, guys, that is all that I have for today. If you ever have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email and we will get back to you. In the meantime, go be great today, and I'll see you next week. Take care.